It's almost time for the next WWE Premium Live event, Survivor Series War Games. But before that, we gotta talk about this show, which happened before Survivor Series War Games. Anyway, I'm John Retton with my review of WWE Smackdown from Providence, Rhode Island. And college football games running long be damned, this show was gonna happen. People were losing their goddamn collective minds. But we were able to watch a show that ended up being all right. It wasn't great. There were moments that were fine. There were moments that seemed a bit rushed, but it was all right. And lo and behold, Becky Lynch, the man, big time Bex, is the fifth member of Team Bianca. After that, the show continued to exist. So, yeah, the go-home show for Survivor Series War Games. Can't do that more than twice without blowing my throat out. Nevertheless, Damage Control and Nikki Cross and Rhea are already in the ring. And they call out Team Bianca, where we have Asuka, we have Mia Yim, and unfortunately Alexa, and we didn't come alone. Whoa, whoa, it's big time Bex. She's back after suffering a separated shoulder and being taken to a local medical facility for said separated shoulder, but not anal bleeding. What? Wow. But she's back. Great. Good. They need star power. They really do. It's not that there aren't star women on the show, but Becky is a star that helps elevate the women's division. Unlike Charlotte, who's been off television for a while, she does not. And if she doesn't come back for a while, then I will be glad. She can never come back, and I'd be glad. Meaning she will probably show up right after the SmackDown Women's Championship match is done at Survivor Series War Games. Haha, I could do it a third time. Ow. So yeah, then we suddenly get everybody fighting, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Royal Rumble. I'm going to continue to say that thanks to a particular friend that drilled that running gag into my head, because every time a show does a, bench clearing brawl, shall we say, I'm just going to keep saying that because it's every goddamn show. Multiple companies. It's ridiculous. So anyway, we tease a Rhea and Becky face-off. I would love to see that in the ring and nowhere else. Peter Dune makes his entrance and we go to break. Zelina was wearing a hat that was taller than she was. And she joins commentary. Good. Zelina can talk, but she was really annoying here on commentary. It's Peter Dune with friends against Escobar with friends. SmackDown World Cup semifinal match. This match didn't click. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. Peter Dune takes a bad tumble. I'm going to keep calling him Peter Dune because it sounds less goofy than calling him Butch. That's a stupid name. Whoever came up with that is stupid. And then at one point, Pete is trying to get the victory by violently fingering Santos Escobar. And then we look in the back. We see the Usos gain in a fight with the remaining members of the War Games team. And oh my god, oh no, what's going to happen? Suddenly, of course, that causes enough of a distraction where Escobar hits the Phantom Driver 1, 2, 3. Well, Zelina does the distraction, or her hat does, or her hat that has more wrestling ability. And there you go. Then we get recaps of more like El Bray night. Not everybody shut off the review. I can just talk in the void, scream into the void, motherfucker. Bray makes his entrance. It takes 14 years. He says he didn't attack LA Knight. Same as it ever was. He does get a good reaction with people like Bray. I have nothing against Bray. But the supernatural stuff has gotten out of hand. And yeah, it even got ridiculous when Undertaker and Kane were doing it, but they were at least more established when they did it. The Bray stuff it's not clicking. It's just not. The multiple personality thing, it worked with Mick Foley. I don't think it's going to work here. And the video screen, you lie. We all lie. Everybody lies. Terrible rendition of the Lance Archer theme song. And that's it. LA Knight is in a sling and on crutches and says, "Ha ha, I don't believe him. He's lying. And I would take him to task." So there we go. Hit Row versus the Race War Raiders. My goodness. And Sarah Race War Row is Valhalla. Anti-vax the Paler. if you're going to rip off somebody's look, at least, well, A, give them credit, and B, don't make your rip-off look so shit. The crowd went mild, and the race war Raiders won. I think they're realizing that rehiring Hit Row without Swerve was a mistake, and let's be perfectly honest, if Swerve was available, they should have just rehired Swerve. Nothing against the three people in Hit Row, not named Swerve, but nothing against them as people, but they have no business being in a wrestler. Ashante D. Adonis isn't bad. This is a terrible group. One of the worst groups going. Anyway, so yeah, Hit Row, they're toast. Hit, toast, hit, toast, hit, toast. Recaps of Rhea and Dominic invading Ray's home during Thanksgiving. This is what Ray gets for not discouraging his Easter Island-looking son from getting into wrestling. So yeah, Ray, you could have surgery 5 more times in your left knee for all I care. That's harsh. I hope Ray had a great Thanksgiving. They're really trying to make this Ray-Dominic feud, they're trying to juice it up before, they get to, reignite a little bit before we get to, the Royal Rumble, where Ray will no doubt eliminate Dominic. And then we'll have a match at Mania. Hooray. A passing of the torch moment. I only hope the torch emulates both of them. I'm a bit angry today. Can't you tell I'm giving thanks? I'm giving thanks because I won't have to give a shit about that match in a few months. So, Ricochet comes out and then we go to break. LA Knight was trapped in behind some crates backstage against a door. Just like the NXT parking lot, the backstage area at any Smackdown taping is unsafe. Ricochet took on Braun in a semi-final World Cup bald-off. And we get Flippy Shit versus Big Man Shit. And me thinks that Braun's tweets about Flippy Floppers came back to bite him in the ass. And he's lucky that he got re-signed by WWE. Even if it was for lesser money, it's more money than the guy with shot knees and being near 40 and not having that much ability left than he deserves. Imperium end up distracting. And the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up 1, 2, 3. And then Braun gets attacked 3-on-1 by Imperium because they are going to figure out a solution for Braun. I'm not going to say it, but you're all thinking it. And then Ricochet says, I'm going to help this solution. Wait, no, I'm going to attack them. Ow. And then Braun shows respect to Ricochet. Team Bald is born. So, Owens tells Zayn, hey, by the way, all this stuff, join the Bloodline, they hate you, and you know that you're going to slip up and say something, so if I were you, I wouldn't wait for them to attack and take you out, I'd strike first. And Jay hears all of this. And then Jay confronts Sammy, and Sammy says, I didn't talk to anybody, what are you talking about? So Roman's going to see the footage. What happens is Sammy's likely going to cost them the War Games match tomorrow. And then we'll see what happens. They might push this thing along a little bit, but the turn's coming. And people are going to be all upset, and I'm just going to be like that giant bug in that Family Guy episode. Good. Anyway, Becky's backstage. Kayla was very, very intrigued by the fact that Becky wanted to take out a whole bunch of women and violently inflict pain on them. If Kayla's into that, never mind. So Megan was going to interview Shotzi and Raquel, but that was immediately interrupted by Rousey the Raccoon and Shayna, who have the same eye makeup, but Shayna at least kind of pulls it off. They attack everybody. They attack the cameraman, they just attack Shotzi and Raquel. They put Raquel's arm in a box. They box her in. She's disarmed. She's being taken to a hospital for a possible broken arm and anal bleeding. What? Wow. Yeah, I had to say it. But they decide to just have the match anyway. Shotzi goes at him 2-on-1, and then Raquel shows up with a bad arm and gets trapped in hold number 1, arm bar. That was back when Jericho was entertaining, actually provided positives to wrestling. Shotzi is ready for war. They need to be ready with better promos for people. Sheamus and Drew with friends, a.k.a. Peter Dunne, Ridge, and Kevin Owens, taking on the Usos with Solo and Sammy because Reigns can't be bothered to show up. And it's men's War Games Advantage match, same as it ever was. It went long due to the overrun because SmackDown actually didn't start in the U.S. for like about 10, 11 minutes. because UCLA and I believe Stanford decided to just have their bitter rivalry with Stanford's stupid tree mascot. What the hell's that about? We get a melee, and then we get more distractions. Sammy ends up trying to use one of the tag title belts, and Owen says, I'm not going to let you do that. And then he shoves him away. Sammy takes the title belt, is going to take the title belt and shove it in there, but Owen shoves him in the ring, and then Charles Robinson says, you know what, Sammy, leave. Just leave. And more of a melee, and then we get Drew diving on everybody before that, and then we get a stunner to Jay behind the ref's back, and a bro kick. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. The faces had the advantage for the men going into the War Games match, completely negating the point of the goddamn War Games concept. But nevertheless, it's going to be a big fight field. This also has to be one of the worst pay-per-view or premium live event builds that they've done in a while. And also, the War Games matches are going to go at least 40 goddamn minutes. Oh dear. Check out my Survivor Series predictions, even though I did them a couple days ago, because I had a feeling Becky was going to be the number one, or the number 5, number 5 is still alive, the number 5, the 5th member, as it were. And if they add any other matches, say, for the kickoff, excuse me for not having the clairvoyance or the ability to care that they were going to do that. Agree, disagree, what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. Also a Hive link, or a Hive, handle, and I'm on Discord. I don't know how the hell Discord works, but just in case Twitter goes belly up, might as well get some other social media that I still don't know how to use because I'm old and confused and you kids get off my lawn. Anyway, I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.